about 40 at the time, and still beautiful. And the letter said, "I'm here, I got your letters, please come and see me, come soon." And my colonel was very understanding and had me driven there, and I found her in a quasi haystack. I still remember climbing up, and there she was with the turban around her head, because she had contracted typhoid fever. And of course she embraced me and she asked, "Your father," who was her brother, and I said, "He's not well, but he's there, he's in Pittsburgh, where you will join us." And how about Ida? I said, "Gone." Anna, gone. And their names are on a tablet in Worms, W-O-R-M-S, Lutherstown, ultimately, because of the alphabetical sequence. They're the two as people as having been executed. And so I visited, and I saw her standing there, and she smiled, and she said, "What did you bring me?" And I said, "Well, I brought you a little stove and blankets." And she said, "How about some makeup?" And I said, "Well, I don't usually use makeup." She said, "Yes, you do, you shave." She said, "Let me have your toilet kit if you have one, and then please go away and come back after 20 minutes. I came back and she had done what she could. She still had her band on, and she took my arm and we strolled about the ruins of Frankfurt until we found a coffee house, and she was on the first ship to America and stayed with us, with my parents. I knew that wasn't going to last, 2 women in the kitchen in a small home. Anyway, she thought Pittsburgh was a tiny town. She wanted to be in New York. And a number of interesting, not so interesting jobs that she held. Somehow there were always boyfriends. And I saw her often in Columbia for graduate school for a while, and we were good friends. She always managed to take me out to lunch.
I'm so sorry. You said the sentence about Columbia. There was a noise, and we wouldn't be able to use that. So it was.
What?
Sorry, just like 2 seconds. Just like if you could repeat what you just said, like 2 seconds ago.
About your aunt being in New York.
Yeah.
In New York, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She worked in a home for the aged, but as I said, she also had a lot of fun. She was still young. And when she died at 80-something, I was her executor. And I had 2 kids in private school, and we had no funds. And she somehow managed to make me healthy financially at the end of her life, 88, and it was wonderful.
Will you tell us now, Henry, about